Good morning, YouTube. Let's go for a ride. I just tell you about the story of some experience. Have you ever been experienced? Well, let me get that rest adjusted here. Let's see. 1994 was my biggest experience. I'd been raised atheist, never seen anything paranormal, and had a pretty wild dream of living through the apocalypse. And I was laying there half asleep, and the next thing you know, like 3 weeks went by. I was sitting at my new desk at work, and what happened was the building was shaking from all the trucks going by, and this particular day, the earthquake hit pretty hard, and so I started running for the exit. By the time I got there, the other end of the building had collapsed, the other side of it. So I decided, instead of waiting around the parking lot with all the co-workers wondering what the heck to do now, I'd go get in the car and go for home. And so while I was in the car in Main Street, and this is in New Hampshire, there was this UFO flying over, and 2A-10 airplanes hot pursuit. And then all the cars could work. It was like those pulses or something. So I got out of my car and started running. And I looked back, and meanwhile, most of the people were still sitting there in their cars. Okay, I gotta pay attention to what I'm doing. So, one car to pass. Here I go. That's nice. That road looks so much more. So I started running for home, right? And I looked back, and it was like there was this strange feeling came washing through me, and then passed, and it just felt weird, you know. And then I looked back, and it's like everybody just started killing each other. And yeah, there's the apocalyptic aspect of the dream. People killed and killed and killed until it seemed like 9 out of 10 people were dying. And I got back to my apartment. My girlfriend was there. She said, well, I decided not to kill you, but you don't belong here. You belong in New Hampshire, or you belong back with your hometown. And so I kissed her goodbye, loaded up my knapsack, and took off with my Harley. So that was a rather long ride back to New York from New Hampshire. There was knowledge that I had no reason for having, like that I needed to avoid New York City because it was a radiation event, that I needed to avoid Howe caverns because there was spooky stuff in there. So I made it all the way back home. Oh, I had to push the bike through the river too. That was kind of crazy. So when I got home, things were pretty different. Everybody's gone, right? So I went over to see my daughter where she used to live, and sure enough, there she is with her mom, and they were praying, you know. So, let's cut through this parking lot here. Okay, so they're praying, and they stop finally, and my ex comes over and says, well, you've survived because you love the earth, but so you can do anything you want, go anywhere you want. So there I was, a survivor of 1 out of 10 people living, and 9 out of 10 people were alive with females, and there weren't any boundaries the way we have today. There were these family units, so there were covenant, like 9 or 10 women with a few kids, and males like me were travelers, visitors, and our value to the place was when I get there, I'd open their eyes and they'd see my life experience. Just by looking in my eyes, they'd see everywhere I'd been, and they'd enjoy the travels that I'd been on. So I was a traveler and wanderer, happy visitor wherever I got to visit someone. And so I went on my way. I got over to my dad's house, which is a nice place to go. And there was a few women there that I knew. And I started interacting with my mind in the dream, hoping to see one lady I knew that was kind of nice, but she didn't make it. And that kind of woke me up. So that was pretty wild. So I went to work the next day, and just like in the dream, there was the building was shaking from the trucks going out front, and the fire alarm went off just like when the earthquake hit, but it wasn't quite an earthquake this time. It was just a shaky building shook loose the wires on the fire alarm system. But anyway, we all went outside the fire escape. Then we came back in, and so that seemed kind of odd, right? So I started wondering, why doesn't anybody like me? Why am I such alone here? I wonder if people are reading my mind, just like in that dream, right? So I'm walking down the hall. It's a long hallway all the way to the men's room on the other end, and nobody says a word. I say hi to several people, and nobody says anything, right? So I'm standing there in the men's room, taking a pee, and I started thinking, what if I change the message to something positive, something like love, 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 on the Beatles, right? Well, it worked. A guy I hadn't seen in a while that was kind of not so nice. All of a sudden got really nice. And, hey, there, Carl, how you been? What are you doing? And so I talked to him for a couple of minutes, and then I went on my way to back to my desk. I didn't make it there for like 45 minutes. There was, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. Everybody wanted to talk to me, and all I was doing different was singing that song in my head. On the way there, it was Serve Your Master by Metallica, but on the way back, Love, Love, Love by the Beatles, and it seemed like just everybody wanted to talk to me then. So I had this sense that, gee, maybe there is this telepathy, right? Maybe it's something I can't control except for like what I send out. I'm male, so maybe I'm just sending out all the time, right? So I tried that a few more times at work, and then there was this meeting. I decided, well, what if I try to meditate, get all still and quiet, and maybe I can hear what other people are thinking, right? So sure enough, I was at this meeting, and I figured I knew everything before everybody talked. Like right before a few seconds, I had this perfect sense of what they were going to say. So then the meeting was over, and my second level boss called me to his office, which was kind of strange, right? So I was like, wow, what? It's like, oh, my wife and I decided to get you this present. He pulled it out, and here it was, this real thick life application Bible thing. This is about $75. That was my Christmas present. So that was day one experience, pretty much right there. Kind of shook up my atheistic worldview, like, that could happen, then what, right? So, more to tell after that, and it looks like I'm here.